Hey guys, good afternoon. This is Keisha coming again with you from Unapologetically Keisha. Today I got some serious stuff going on. So normally, I'd be sipping on my cocktail, but today I have some coffee because we got we have a serious guy here that's gonna talk about
Gun
gun
safety.
safety.
Why you
Gun
should get
safety.
concealed carry.
That's big. That's big.
Personal protection.
Personal protection. That's big. Yeah, let's jump right into it.
Sure.
Tell me a little bit. So first of all, this is my instructor who helped me get my concealed carry license, as well as told me which weapon that he thought that, or the weapon that we initially trained with. I
Right.
went and I did my own little thing. I got a different weapon than what we initially trained with. Well,
But this actually, yeah, because you got a Glock 43X and I don't even own Glock.
yeah, you don't like the Glocks.
They're good guns, but I just don't own them.
Don't own them. This is just one of
Right.
many,
But
but
you should
mhm,
get your own, you should do your own research,
mhm.
get your own gun. I usually, especially with women, I tell them when you go to the gun store, don't buy a gun because the guy at the gun store says this is what women buy.
Right.
Shoot the gun, try the gun. The A gun is almost like um, you women in your shoes. You all might like the same shoe,
Hmm.
however, that shoe isn't gonna fit all of you the same.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So you wearing that kitten heel or whatever you call it, and your girlfriend be like, that's cute on you, but that don't work for
Dang, well,
me.
that's not gonna work on me. That's me. We ain't
Exactly.
doing no kitten heels.
Same
I
thing with the
get it.
gun.
Hmm.
You go out, you shoot the gun, and the thing about the gun is, I can tell you this might be a great gun for you,
Hmm.
and you run out and buy it, and then you actually shoot the gun and don't like it.
Then you done wasted your money.
You wasted your money
Yes.
because you're not going to train with it. If you
Right.
don't train with it, it might as well be a paperweight because if you ever have to use it,
You're not gonna know how.
exactly.
You're not gonna know how. That's important. So I encourage all women when I talk to my girlfriends, especially with what's going on now in society. I talk to a lot of my girlfriends and I encourage them to get their concealed carry license. Like it was big for me to protect my family. That was the biggest thing. Even though I'm married, I have a husband, he's big, he's strong, all this other stuff, but I needed to be able to protect myself when he's away or just when I'm outside.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when my wife was alive,
Uh-huh.
I finally talked her into starting the process.
Mhm.
However, her biggest thing was, I got you.
Yeah. Yeah. Why do I need a gun?
Black belt. I work with knives. I work with blunt
Jesus,
objects.
you work with what? What
If
kind
improvised weapons,
of
if
Mhm.
it's something within arm's reach, I'll turn it into a weapon.
Okay. Okay.
So, but I used to always tell her, I'm not with you 100% of the time.
Right. Right.
At that time, I was working midnights. So if somebody kicked in that door in the middle of the night, you need to know how to protect yourself. Well, around my house, it's a gun within arm's reach most places. So she got on board and did
It's
what she had to
important that she
do.
did what she had to do. So,
Yeah.
do you have children or did you have small children? Because when you said guns are
No.
all over the place. Okay.
By the time I got into guns, my daughter was 25 and out of the house.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, where you normally in a class,
Mm-hmm.
if you have kids, especially teenage kids,
Mm-hmm.
the law says you need to be responsible. If that kid gets that gun and does something with it, you could be held liable.
Is what age is that? Is when you say
16,
teenage
16 and under.
and under? Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Well, yeah, under 16, but
Mm-hmm.
I always tell people 16 and under.
Mm-hmm.
So if you store that gun someplace where that kid could easily access it,
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, that falls back on you.
Because I heard a lot of them, they take it to school, their parents' guns to school, and their parent is actually responsible for that. And
Absolutely.
I agree with that 100%.
So
Yeah.
And then the other thing with that is if that kid isn't responsible and they wind up hurting someone or
Hmm.
themselves, so now you're responsible, but more importantly, your child is
Yeah.
injured
Yeah.
or worse.
Or worse. Yeah.
So, yeah, around my home, it's just me, and I don't have to worry about that so much.
So much. No. Yeah.
Now, if I got, like, I got nephews, nieces, if they're coming over, I'll put my stuff away.
Okay. Okay. That yeah, I think that's big then to make sure
Oh, yeah.
in my household we have a teenager. He's responsible. He knows not to touch, weapons, but you just never know. So we do, or I per se, I do lock my weapons up there and are safe, but also they're easy for me to get to. So that's a big thing because I don't want to keep it in my safe and I need to get to it. And I'm punching the numbers in. I'm trying to access it. So I'm not going to tell my whole business, but I
Right.
do keep one available for if I have to ever run in this house and get going.
So, in the class,
Hmm.
because, that's part of it,
Hmm.
storage is part of the class and being
Perfect.
a responsible gun
Hmm.
owner. So, what I tell people is be responsible. However you store that weapon,
Hmm.
practice getting to it.
Yes.
Because if you, oh, let's do it this way. On average,
Hmm.
if you had your gun in your purse,
This was a big thing. I definitely wanted to talk to you about the
you
guns
had
and
your gun
purse,
in your purse.
hmm
A lot of women carry it in their purse.
which I think is silly. I think it's silly,
True.
but
But, and they carry it in their purse, but they don't get a purse designed for that gun
hmm
or for a gun. So if your phone rings, about how many rings does it take you before you actually can get to your phone?
about three.
So, and you typically drop that phone in and just drop it in. And most people, most women, when they put their gun in their purse, they
Hmm.
just drop it in.
Right.
So now they're searching around for it.
Dangerous.
Now, if I'm trying to attack you and you got to search around for your gun, I got you.
I got you. Yes.
So whatever I was trying to
Hmm.
do, it's probably going to happen.
Yeah.
They have purses designed for guns, the rip away tab, gun sits right there, boom, you can put it in service. But even with that, it's something you have to practice.
Yeah.
So if you get the gun and you never practice, we back to the paperweight thing.
I agree. So I'm big on, and I've spoke to my husband about it because I used to be that putting in my purse and kind of going, because again, I'm a woman and so I like to wear, not tight fitting, but I like to wear form
Boom,
fitting
there you go.
clothes. And so it was hard for me to keep the gun on my person. But then I realized it's either my safety or me looking cute. But we don't have to compromise because there's different things that I understand that you can kind of wear your weapon on your person, which is a big thing. I tell women, do not put that gun. By the time you have reaching in that purse to get your weapon, I'm already on target with you. Like
Exactly.
I'm already here with you. So I tell women all the time when I have conversations with my girlfriends, please get that gun out of your purse. And it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Not on top of you, trying to get to it if you're being attacked, but you foaming around or rumbling around in your purse and it goes off accidentally.
Exactly.
I think that's dangerous.
The other thing with
Mhm,
the form fitting
mhm,
and dress, so even with guys, you
mhm.
dress around your gun.
Yeah,
So what typically tell people is when you walk into an area, nobody should ever know that you have a gun on you.
yeah,
It shouldn't be to the point where it's printing, bulging, what have you. So, and with ladies, there are different methods that you can employ to wear your gun. I saw one young lady that had something that clipped to her bra,
mm,
and then the gun just sat right here. Then one lady wore it's almost like a belly band,
I saw
and then it's
those.
a holster in that.
Hmm.
The only problem I have with that is it's that stretchy material
Okay.
and it may not hold secure. So you might want to get something with Kydex, and that's the plastic material holsters are made out of
Yes.
so that it stays secure.
Hmm.
But they have the shorts when you're wearing your little skirt, have the shorts up under it,
Oh,
got the
wait, why you
holster.
got your, why, we wearing our skirts up high like
When,
that? Oh,
when, The video I saw, the young
Uh-huh.
lady that was doing it,
Okay.
her skirt was
It's a
here.
little, okay, a
The
little high.
shorts came about here, and the
Okay.
holster sat right here.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I think she wore that shorter skirt to
Just to show you.
show,
Okay. Okay. Just to show
and
you.
that's why I was here.
Okay. So I tend to now
Okay.
by me just researching and watching videos and learning from you, not to carry my gun in my purse. It's dangerous.
Yes.
Like, what I was doing just to be safe, it was crazy though. I would take the magazine out of my weapon and put it in my purse. Like if I'm going around my grandkids or anything like that, or if I'm out, I would take the magazine out. And I'm like, that's stupid, Keisha. Don't do that. So I've changed the way that I've actually carry my weapon now.
Okay.
I do want to talk about like the different ways. So I was researching, I understand that this is called the appendix.
That's correct.
And this is the waist or the side.
Side. Some people say 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock, and
Right.
this is
But
what, 12 o'clock?
actually, appendix is just appendix.
Appendix, okay.
So it's personal preference.
hmm
Now, I carry appendix
Which is
here.
here, okay.
So right now, let's say something broke out while I'm sitting in this chair.
hmm
If I have to do this, that's too much extra time for me.
Okay.
Where I could just flip my shirt up and boom, that gun is out.
Okay, okay.
If I'm in the car, if you just like this, and then you got a back, so my elbow can't flare back to get it, and now I'm hesitating. Well, I'm not hesitating, but I'm slowed down. Whereas if I'm in the car, I'm here, boom, I'm out the window. I'm out the window.
Okay.
Whatever I need to do.
Okay.
So for me, it's just more convenient. Now, it is more comfortable for most people to carry on the side, and carrying appendix takes some getting used to. And then most people, because the gun is pointed at your private area,
They don't.
they will not carry appendix.
That make all the sense in the world. You're like, wait a minute, but it makes sense.
But the thing is, if you're carrying appendix, your trigger finger discipline has to be on point. So I don't put, my finger doesn't slip in the trigger guard unless I'm ready to pull the trigger.
Which is a big thing. But and I
Exactly.
think you told me that. Do not put your finger on the trigger
Exactly.
unless you're ready to shoot.
Till you're ready to shoot. Even
Do
if the
not.
gun is out.
Do not put your finger
Because
on the trigger.
you pulled your gun out for a particular reason. However, let's say upon survey, investigation, that reason wasn't warranted. But your finger's on the trigger and you get startled. Depending on your trigger, it goes off and you wind up either shooting someone or something that you hadn't intended.
So what do you feel about like the safety on weapons?
Most of my weapons don't have safeties. So,
And I think you told me that.
yeah. So one day I went to the range and not thinking the gun had a safety. And it's not going off. And I'm looking at the gun, didn't pay attention to the safety. And I handed it to my buddy. Hey, what is wrong with my gun? And he was like, hey, dumbass, flip the safety off.
But you're not used to.
But I typically don't run a gun with a safety. So when I started running guns with safeties, now I'm good with it. But at that time, it was like one of my first guns. I hadn't shot it in like years. And I just happened to grab it, took it to the range. And I'm like, okay, now you just got to get better with your own stuff. And, for the critics that will be like, oh, he's a dumbass. He didn't even know the safety. Yeah, at that time I was a dumbass. But now I'm not.
Let's kind of like bring it back to women
Okay.
carrying like concealed weapons, or the importance of women being able to protect themselves. I think with everything again we talked about, what's going on with a lot of women losing their lives to some domestic violence or whatever. Not whatever, but domestic violence. Let's call it what it is really. Like I know that there's so many laws behind or prevent women from protecting themselves, or anybody from protecting themselves. Say someone busts through your front door. What's the law like behind if I'm upstairs and I hear somebody pushing through the door? So the law I heard was you got to go to the furthest corner of your house, which to me, it makes sense, but realistic, like
So the law,
mhm,
Maryland, where we
Maryland,
are,
Maryland.
has castle doctrine. So basically, if someone kicks in your door, you can go to work
Immediately.
immediately.
I didn't know that. I thought that it was the law that everyone talks about, and I'm glad you said that. So ladies, say it again.
If someone kicks in that door in the middle of the night or middle of the day, if someone kicks in that door that's not supposed to be there, and you feel your life, so there are parameters, and you feel that your life is in danger, you can do what you need to do to protect yourself.
If someone kicking your door in, if someone kicking your door in, that mean they coming to do some harm to you.
So that is the general consensus. However, the way the law is written, you have to feel that your life is in danger. Now, what I would typically say is what you just said. If somebody kicked in my door, you are supposed to be there, because if you were supposed to be there, you either have a key or you wait for me to let you in.
To let you in the door.
So
yes.
the mere fact that you kicked in my door initiates the fact that I think I'm in danger. I am going to go to work.
Yeah.
Now, the part about going to the furthest part of your home, that isn't the law, but what is recommended is, so it's you, your son, your husband, is that the three of you go to a room together and defend that room. So unless you're trained to go clear your home, like police clear a home, you shouldn't go clear it, because you never know where the attacker is and what they have.
Right. Okay.
So you could get ambushed in your own home.
That's serious. Yes.
Right. So what they typically say is go to a room, everybody gets in a room, you defend that room. If it's more than one person get on the phone with 911, get the police started in your area. One person keep the gun trained on the door. While you're the person that has the gun trained on the door, issue commands. Let the attacker know that you're calling the police. You can actually let them know that you have a gun. When that attacker, so if I yell, I got a gun, and you're still coming, you plan to do harm.
You plan to do harm, yeah.
Well, I've given you fair warning. When you come through that door,
night, night.
There you go.
Goodbye. Bye-bye.
So, yeah. And that's even for guys. So, I know we're talking about females. However, personal protection within the home, you can go to work. Now, you're outside the home, you have a duty to retreat. You need to be the bigger person. So basically, if me and you get into a mild argument, that's cool. If you take it, let's say we get into a mild argument and all of a sudden you slap the shit out of me. And I get pissed off, and I'm one of those guys that don't mind hitting women. So I come back at you and start trying to beat you. You pull out your gun and you shoot me. And you're going to say, well, he's a big guy. It was self-defense. Well, when you get in before a jury, because you threw the first blow, 9 times out of 10, you're going to have to prove your case.
The case, right.
Now, conversely, I see you walking down the street, you looking cute. I'm like,
because I'm going to be looking cute.
Yeah, I got you. And I decide, hey, she look cute. I want her to be mine tonight.
Oh, no. Okay, then you talking about something totally different.
Exactly. So I go to grab and what have you, and you feel in danger, you defend yourself. You may still have to go through the process, but the likelihood of you being found not guilty is stronger.
Okay. Let's say somebody they bust through your door. This is the big thing because there's so many different people. You know, the internet is crazy. It tells you to do all types of stuff. Let's say, again, somebody busts through your door. You go to work on them, and you happen to defend your household. What's the first thing should the person do if they had to protect their household by shooting the individual that came through their front door?
So you want to call the police.
Hmm.
If possible, you may want to try to call the police, call an ambulance. If you can, provide aid.
You telling me?
I'm telling you that providing aid,
Hmm.
if you actually can, because, so look, let's do it this way.
Hmm.
If you have to go to court for a shooting, somebody like me will not be on your jury. You
Somebody,
will
what do you mean by somebody
you will
like
not
you?
get somebody, NRA,
Okay.
USCCA instructor. You will not get a proponent. Anybody who actively believes in the 2A, Second Amendment,
Hmm.
will most likely not be on your jury.
Okay.
You will most likely get a bunch of people that don't believe in guns, think you should have fought your way out and prayed and just let God handle it. Those type of people on your jury.
Hmm.
So now, although you were perfectly in the right, you still got to go through the process. So most people, and they will try to paint you as, they try to paint most gun owners as gun toting people that want to just shoot people, which most of us aren't.
Yeah, we're not.
Probably 99% of the people that have guns hope they never have to use them. I'm one of them.
I'm one of them as well.
But if I do, may not want you to die. So I start, if it's safe to do so, I start patching you up or give you something, tell you
CPR.
to
Uh-huh.
apply pressure. Because, so here's the deal. The law says once the person is no longer a threat, you must stop your attack.
Okay.
So let's say I'm off that day and I meant to hit him. I meant to hit him here,
Hmm.
and my shot hits him in the leg. He goes down, he drops his gun, he's no longer a threat. Now I'm just holding the gun on him until the police and
Police come.
ambulance get there.
Okay.
So I throw him a towel, hey dude, apply pressure. That way he doesn't bleed out.
Right. Okay.
I go to court and they go, well, you meant to kill him. Well, if I meant to kill him, I would have shot him again.
Again. Right. Well, I would have shot him
Yeah,
where I was taught to shoot him at.
right.
Right.
So the other part of that is you always want, if you have to go to court,
Hmm.
and if you use your gun and you have to go to court, in the aftermath, you want to start developing your defense.
So should you call an attorney
You
when that
definitely should
happens?
call.
So when that
So,
happened, you said call the police. And you left out. I would say call the police, call an ambulance, and call your attorney.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, I was getting to
Okay.
it. So, let's do this real quick.
Hmm.
There's a thing called carry insurance.
Hmm.
A lot of them will cover you up to like $500,000. Some of them, when you call, a lawyer answers the phone. Like the one I use, Law Shield. When I
With him.
call, a lawyer answers the phone.
Okay.
Now, the one time I actually had to use it, it was a Sunday morning. And when I called, I guess it was like a call, on-call lawyer.
Hmm.
So the lawyer was in Florida. So I started telling him the story. He asked for my identification number,
Hmm.
and the number started with MD. He said, "Oh, you're in Maryland?" I was like, "Yeah." He says, "I'm gonna take your information. However, I'm gonna have a Maryland attorney call you." So I'm
Because
thinking,
they understand Maryland law,
well,
or
yeah, and
uh
then if I needed immediate somebody to get to me immediately,
perfect. Okay.
the Maryland lawyer.
Hmm.
So I'm thinking, okay, this is gonna be about an hour or two before I hear from
Hmm.
somebody. I want to say within 6 minutes, a Maryland lawyer called,
Oh wow. Wow.
took the information. He was like, I think you'll be okay, but if PG County Police want to talk to you again, why don't you call us back and then we'll set somebody up to go back with you.
Okay.
But it wound up being resolved. I didn't need it. But yeah, attorney, I'm sorry, Attorney, ambulance, and police
Police. Okay.
for sure. Since it happened in the home, you don't need to call home and say, "Hey, don't." Well, because it happened in the home, the police going because it's a crime scene. The police gonna have to come in.
Come in. Hmm.
But let's say it happened in the street. When you call home and tell your husband, "Hey, I was just involved in an encounter," yada yada. Even with him, limit the details you give him over the phone, because if he's the type of person that would call somebody else
Okay.
and give up information,
Mm-hmm.
while he can't be compelled to testify
Mm-hmm.
against you, if they think whatever he told his family member or your
Just
family
whatever.
member,
Right. Okay.
they may be compelled to testify.
Testify. Okay. Okay.
So you
Uh-huh.
just, because in the heat of the moment, everybody's not thinking
Mm-hmm.
strategically.
Yes, yeah, that's big. And and so when you said that strategically, it made me think about having a gun and carrying a gun and having emotional intelligence behind it and being disciplined to have a gun. And I will say that I got caught up in, in something where I did not have the emotional intelligence. My mind just went to I have a gun, I'm going to react. It caused me to get in a little bit of trouble. However, everything is good now, but it taught me that just because I have a gun, that I cannot pull it out at any time that I feel like I needed to. Yeah.
So that's where, when I was saying in the street,
Hmm.
you have to be the bigger person.
Yes.
So everybody doesn't have anger management issues, but everybody should be able to manage
Manage
their
the anger.
anger.
Manage the anger. Yes.
So, so you're sitting there,
Uh-huh.
and we all know our triggers.
Right.
So if you're doing something, you're a guy, and you're doing something that's going to trigger, I feel it's about to trigger me, or you done said one thing too many, and it's like, okay, if this guy say one more thing, I'm about to pop him. I need to remove myself from
You
that
gotta leave. You
situation,
gotta leave.
because even if I pop him, we might get to the point where we're fighting full on. He produces a weapon, I produce a weapon, and again,
Now y'all at the wild, wild west.
exactly.
Yeah.
And even if let's say I prevail,
Mm-hmm.
because I popped them and got it going, I can't really claim self-defense.
Oh, right. Yeah, because you guys was in a fight. Y'all was, yeah,
Exactly.
y'all was in a fight. That makes all the sense.
Even if I pop them
Hmm.
and let's say during the course of the fight, my shirt rises up and he sees my gun and he goes for it. Now we're fighting over my gun. So nobody needs that in their life.
Hmm.
Even the incident I was telling you about where I had to call a lawyer.
Hmm.
I wound up having to call a lawyer, and it was over, I shot a dog. Well, that was a whole hour and a half process with the police.
Was the dog attacking you?
The dog was
I'm a dog lover, so I need to
I
find the
love dogs
details
too,
out. Okay.
but unleashed pit bull
Okay.
charging me. I'm
Hmm.
trying to keep it at bay. It's still coming. I put one round in it.
Okay.
I explained it all to the police. I'm in handcuffs, the whole little deal. They confiscate my gun, held it for a few months.
Hmm. Hmm.
But I still had to go through although I went home that day, I still had to go through the
The
process.
process, yeah. As I
So
did too.
if I can avoid having it from that day on, I had to say a prayer. Please don't give me a reason to have to pull this gun out.
Because you don't want a reason to
I
have to
don't,
pull it. Yeah, you don't want to have to pull your weapon out.
not at
Yeah.
all. So if I can go through life with only pulling this weapon out when I'm training or in classes or,
Hmm.
responsible stuff, I'm good.
Good. So I know we talked about the concealed carry.
Okay.
But when I first got my weapon, a weapon, I went to Walmart and I got me a shotgun.
Okay.
Which I also think that a shotgun is not, you don't have, it's not concealed. You can just go to Walmart and apply for a license and you can walk out that day. If your
Yes.
background check is clear, you can walk out of those places. I don't necessarily, I shouldn't say Walmart, but just you can walk out of those places with a shotgun. Do you feel as though that a shotgun, you look at, but no, do you feel as though that you can get to a shotgun or it's more of a home defense than a hand gun? Like, at what point would you be able to use a shotgun? Because like, for me, I feel like I'm gonna go to my handgun first.
So, if you're proficient with that shotgun,
Hmm.
use it. Home defense. So, I stage a shotgun initially. So, initially, I had an AR staged,
Hmm.
but because of the proximity of our homes,
Hmm.
I wind up going to the shotgun and double odd buck instead of the AR. Because if I come out of my bedroom and somebody's in my living room, and that off chance that I miss, the difference between my neighbor's home and mine
Hmm.
are maybe 12 feet.
Okay.
And my upper wall is drywall and siding.
Hmm.
So if I miss, it's going through my
Into
wall.
that. Okay.
Hers is drywall and siding. And my living room would be adjacent to her bedroom.
Okay. Okay.
So I don't want to take the chance of over penetration and my round ending up in her bedroom.
Okay.
So I go to the shotgun with double R buck. You still have a penetration issue.
Hmm.
However, it shouldn't go to her house.
To her house. Okay.
But if you have that shotgun and you can work it, work it.
Work it, work it. I like the shotgun, but and back in the days, I know they used to say, and I think I watched the movie. I'm not sure, but if an intruder's coming through your house and they say, "Oh, you have to shoot off a warning round," and they were saying that if you shoot a warning round, then if the person or selling is still coming in after you shot that warning round, and they still coming in, then you can shoot them with the shotgun.
Oh,
It was a movie. I can't. It was something that I think Halle Berry was
in
in.
in Maryland, there's nothing in the law, and I'll research it again, that
Okay.
says anything about warning rounds.
Okay.
And if
Hmm.
you price the ammunition these days,
Hmm.
yeah, ammunition costs too much for warning
For a warning,
rounds.
right?
Now, what I will say about shotguns is because the thing was, if the assailant hears the racking of the shotgun,
Hmm.
they will run. I don't believe that to be true. They've already kicked in your door.
They come in.
They're determined.
They come
You racking a shotgun, some of them are thinking, huh, we could get us an extra gun. But if you come up those stairs, yeah. Now the shotgun, I would go if somebody walked in here right now and it's a shotgun and my handgun,
in.
I'm gonna grab the shotgun.
Yeah, which makes sense because it's easier to get to. It's easier. Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
easier to. I'm as fast with the handgun. However, one shot of double odd buck sends about 938 rounds into someone. I got to pull that trigger 9 times to get
To
nine
get
rounds
9
in.
rounds.
If I got to use the gun, I want it to be quick.
Okay.
I, I don't want to fist fight all day long. I don't want to be in a gunfight all day long.
I'm not fighting now.
I'm an
Yeah.
old man.
I'm an old lady.
Whatever.
I'm not fighting. I'm not fighting. I just think again, like you have to have emotional intelligence. You have to have
Absolutely.
discipline. And if you have anger management issues, then I don't think owning a handgun is probably the best thing for you, unless you go to take some classes, as I did, as I had to. But you have to definitely, again, like we said, be disciplined.
Yes. The mentality of I have a gun, I'm just gonna whip it out,
Hmm.
like you found out, get you in trouble.
Yeah.
So you have that gun, especially with road rage.
Oh, that's a big thing. Yeah.
People will want to pull over, pull that gun out. Why?
Why? I
And
don't
even in the
understand.
class, so you pull over, you pull your gun out, and then you want to say it's self-defense. Well, you were in your car. You could have kept going. There's no self-defense there.
What if the person's following you?
Drive to a police station.
Okay. Good. That's good advice.
Drive to a police
Yeah.
station. You drive, call your husband, tell him somebody's following me, drive to a mutual location.
Mm-hmm.
When they start saying, most times an attacker wants to attack someplace where it's quiet or where they feel they can get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
So unless it is a rage type situation, they'll give up.
You think so? Oh, when you
Unless it's rage.
Okay. Okay.
And then the other thing is when you pull that gun up, even if you just flash your gun to somebody, that's considered brandishing.
Brandishing, and you will get
Absolutely.
you will get in trouble for it.
So
you will get in trouble for doing
no,
it.
don't
Yeah.
be responsible.
Be responsible. Be a responsible gun owner.
Yep.
And then also we have to realize that Maryland opened it up for everybody pretty much to have a concealed carry weapon. So if you think that you have one, please understand the person next to you 9 times out of 10 also has a weapon. Everybody in Maryland has a damn gun.
Or consider them to have it.
Yeah, so just we'll consider them to have it. So
because if you have 2, that's living evidence that they made more than one.
yes, absolutely.
And then you don't know that person's level of training.
And I tell people that all the time. You don't know. Yeah. And not only on top of them having training with a handgun, you talked about martial arts. You dealing with people who are combat trained and ready to go. So you just have to be extremely careful.
Absolutely.
When you're approaching someone or you're ready to jump into an argument for no reason. Like you have to have the discipline. You have to be able to have the understanding and the wits to walk away.
Yes.
From certain situations. I definitely agree with you. I thank you for coming and talking to us a little bit. So again, yes. So this was my trainer. This is Wayne. Wayne helped me get my concealed carry license. So Wayne, you want to talk a little bit about your company?
BBG Personal Protection. You can go to bbgpersonalprotection.com. I am on Facebook and Instagram under BBG Personal Protection. Look me up. I can get you squared away.
Fast too.
Personal
yes,
evidence.
yes. He was great. And for the ladies, he has patience. He has understanding. Any question, he will answer them.
You got time for one more quick thing?
We do. Yeah. What's up?
So look, whether you come to me or any instructor, try to vet that instructor first. Go to somebody your friends have been to, because there are a lot of instructors out here, but not everybody will have the patience or take the time to get you straight. Mm-hmm. They will run you like a puppy mill and just get your money and you not get everything you need. She said I had the patience, but my biggest thing is I need all of my students to be able to have the confidence when they leave me that if they got into an encounter with a gun, they feel confident in protecting themselves.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you. And then also, just when you get a gun, you have to continue to go to the shooting range.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can't just get a handgun and put it up in your drawer or wherever and you dumping it in your purse. You have to be able to have that gun and use it. So using it means that you are going to that shooting range and you're putting it to work.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you, Wayne. I appreciate you so much for coming.
I appreciate being here.
Thank you.